How did you get so good as a striker?
Train hard. When I was young, like you, train hard. Until 5 o'clock in the morning, you wake up and you train. Then you go to school. After school, you train again. And then before you go home, you go to the hills. That's how I created.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello to everybody watching across the world. I'm Empress Golding and welcome to a special episode of Talk Up Youth, where we seek out the finest that Jamaica has to offer. We have the greatest entertainers, the greatest food, the greatest country, the greatest athletes, the greatest of everything. And so today, you all know I love the youth, so I had to bring something special. And the special thing I'm bringing, the special somebody, is a man, a young man by the name of Whisper, Dujuan Richards. He is one of Jamaica's top football players when we're looking at youth in football. Dijon, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm alive and well, sitting by the pool with a star in the making. It feels good.
Yes, feel good.
It feel good?
Yeah.
So Whisper, they call you Whisper. Your name is Dujuan Richards. Tell me, where did Whisper come from?
I played for Aberview like when I was 9 years old and didn't talk in the training. We played games, didn't talk. That's where I got the name from my coach in Aberview.
Why didn't you talk? You were shy?
Yeah, I was shy. I could say that. I was shy.
Are you still shy?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're not shy on the football field. But let's talk about football now. When did you first kick a ball? Do you remember when you started and who introduced you to the game?
I was kicking ball from a long time, but I started with football when I was 4 years old with my family in Port Royal. Yeah, that's where it started.
Port Royal, Jamaica, one of Jamaica's great cities, where stars come from, like Whisper. But you were 4 years old. How does it start? Like you're in the backyard, you're on the street. What does football or soccer, as some of you would call it, in different countries across the world? What does football look like in Port Royal at 4? Like where you're playing, in the street, on the grass, how it works?
Yeah, we're playing in, on grass. We would not say a good pitch, but like we played like corner league. That my family entered, so they introduced me to that corner league, so I go out there and just do.
So from a corner league in Port Royal, Whisper made it to his school team and he's doing a lot more. He also plays for the Phoenix Academy, so we're going to hear all about that. So tell me now, Whisper, when did you start playing for your high school, and tell us about your high school?
I attended Kingston College. I went to Spain and I came back and the coach called me and told me that if I can come play for the team. I was like, yes, for sure, that's my school. I've been there from 7th grade. So I went back to the train. That's how I made the team. So I went back and I trained, and I didn't know this performance. I didn't know it was gonna be like that.
You didn't know you were going to be the top goal scorer and the top player on the team. So Phoenix Academy now took you to Spain. Tell me about that experience. Where in Spain, I mean, a lot of young boys would dream to get on a plane and enter, you know what I mean, another country and experience what they love. Tell me about that.
I went to Real Sociedad for like I think it was a 2-week trial. I guess we performed. It wasn't only me, but all of us performed the right way and we did a good job.
And you came back now, and the school said, hey,
come play.
Come, let's play for the Jamaican League. Craig Butler is the manager of the Phoenix Academy, a great academy. We've seen the likes of Leon Bailey and other stars make it out of this academy. Tell me how you met Craig Butler. How did you enter this academy?
I was going to a beach one day. And my cousin was like, oh, he saw Craig and he was like, oh, you can play, bring him with you. And I was like, no, but I'm not going. Nobody, my father wasn't there and my mother wasn't there. So I was like, no, and he was like, no, go with him. And he called my father and my father said, let him go, and I went. No, he asked me first if I want to go, and I said, yes, for sure.
And that's how you met?
Yeah.
And then you joined the academy at how old?
I think it's 5 years, so that would be like, I think 12.
12 years old. What does that training look like, Whisper, And then tell me about the journey to Spain. What does the training look like? So a young budding footballer is like, yeah, I want to be like Whisper. Tell them the work that they have to put in. What does it look like?
5 o'clock in the morning training.
Wake up at 5 o'clock?
Every morning.
Every morning?
Yeah.
What time do you go to bed?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Discipline most nights.
Yeah.
And when you wake up, what you do first when you wake up?
Go run or play ball.
You know, use the bathroom, brush your
No.
teeth. Straight up and out.
Yeah.
5 o'clock every morning?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And in the night, like 7 o'clock, hills.
So 5 o'clock you train, then you go to school.
Yeah.
And then in the evening again.
No, after school I train with Craig, and then after Craig, hills.
What is hills?
Up the hills.
Up the hill.
Yeah.
So you're constantly training
Yeah.
for this. So where are you leaving to? This is 2022. Where are we going?
Can I not say that on camera?
You don't have to say it on camera. So we're gonna wait and see where he ends up. Right, world? We're gonna see where he ends up. He's not telling us the secret now, but we're gonna look for him in the lights. However, Whisper, if a young person is an aspiring footballer, what would you say to them right now? If you could give advice to a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old who wants to reach where you are, about to go international at 17, you're just 17?
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you say to them?
Like, I would say work hard for that time, because remember, when you're 11, 12, you're running up, you're like, I don't think you get tired when you're 11, 12, so you can run. So with that running and energy, if you train hard with that same energy, in the future, you will be like a machine.
You
Like,
are a machine.
yeah.
You've been kicking goals after goals after goals for your school team. I don't know how they would have done it without you, but tell me about this current 2022 season for you here in Jamaica. As you leave, what does it look like? I mean, tell us about your stats.
My stats, 29 goals, I think 19 or 18 assists. That's my stats.
That's
so far.
huge. So what was it like when you actually like score? Like, what's your thing? What's it like for you? Like, how you feel? What are you thinking when that goal hits?
I always feel the same, feel happy, no matter if it's I would say, if I'm playing against a hardened team, I would still be happy if I scored, and it's not the difference between when I scored against a bigger school than a smaller school. I feel the same way.
Same way.
Yeah.
And how you psych yourself up? Like, what's the mental preparation to get out there and play a match like that?
My father sent me a speech every time before a game, and turn off the phone 2 hours before.
That's serious. So tell me about your parents and the role that they play in your development and your success to date.
Well, my father played a very big role in my life, and my mother played a very big role. I can't do, let me tell you, I can't do without my mother for too long.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen when you go overseas? We're going to have to
coming.
take her with you.
Yeah.
She's got to come. Can I come too? I'll be your auntie for life. So when you go abroad now, and you start playing, what are you concerned about? Do you have fears? Because it's a big thing to leave.
Yeah.
And now you're going to buck up on players internationally who are at your level, who you've probably never met here.
Yeah.
So when you get there now and you're meeting top international players, are you ready?
Yes,
Because
I'm
you've been the star here. Are you ready to get up there and show what you've got and stand on par with the rest of the world?
Yes, I've been doing that. I think Kyle was a professional player for Genk already, so the way how he acted on the field.
Talking about
off
Kyle
the field,
Butler.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Leon as well.
Leon Bailey.
Yeah. So
So you played with them. So you played with the best
yeah.
already. No fears? You're not afraid of anything? The cold, the food,
No.
the girls?
No.
Stay away from them girls.
Yeah, man. No.
Business, you understand?
No, that man.
All right, remember Empress told you that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song? Like, are you into music? Like, when you do you even have a downtime where you just chill? Or is it just football?
Yeah, I've done a lot of chill.
Yeah? And what do you like to do?
Play games.
Video games?
Yeah.
Like what? What do
FIFA.
17-year-old boys play nowadays on the video game?
FIFA.
Oh, of course. All right, what about music? You have a favorite artist?
No.
Can you dance?
No.
Like not at all? So you can't, can you cook?
No.
Can you dance?
No.
Can you sing?
Yes, obvious.
You can DJ?
No, like not sing other people.
Oh, oh, you can sing other people's songs?
Yeah.
Like who? Give me a
I listen to most African music.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Give me a piece, no man. Let's see the other side of Whisper. Hey, looks like my friend you said. Remember, and Chris Gale. All my friends, you know, they have another hidden talent, artist on the side. So yeah, maybe that's something after football.
Anyway, I'm going in music. You probably a producer.
Now, a little birdie told me that you have production blood,
Yeah.
meaning
Yeah.
I heard that your dad is a producer.
Yeah.
So it's in the blood. You love music.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Whisper, another thing we're gonna do now is hit the ball field.
Yeah.
I have some young youths coming, aspiring footballers, and so I want you to give them a little talk, a
Yeah.
little reasoning. Mentorship begins here. And you have to give back. You know, you
Yeah,
can't keep the knowledge to yourself.
Yeah.
So are you okay to sit with my son and some of your brothers and your brethrens and hold a little reasoning and a little ball on the football field?
Yeah, man.
Let's go do that.
Who do you admire the most on the football team?
And my football team? Phoenix or KC? Admire my captain. Blaine Bayam.
A number.
4.
Behind the successful teenage footballer, Dujuan Whisper Richards, is his dad, Odile Richards. Let's hear from him about his son and his dreams for his son. Odile, how are you?
Hey, I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here and thank you for
Yes.
being a part of your son's career. Tell me a little bit about you as the dad. You know, who is Odile Richards?
Odile Richards is just a normal man, you know. I'm into music and I'm into football. So, you know, being into both sports and music, you know, that they always have a match over the decades.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
so,
do.
yeah.
And a lot of our Jamaican athletes end up going into music as
Correct.
their other passion.
Right.
So tell me about your son. When was he born? Like, what was life like when you first saw him as a baby? Is he your eldest?
No, he's not my eldest.
He's not, okay.
But he actually grew up with me, and when he was a baby, I could always put it on the EPL, the English Premier League, and leave him with his bottle, and he'd be quiet. You know, I didn't take it as nothing at the time. I was just thinking I'd just leave him a baby with his bottle,
Yeah.
but not knowing that he was really interested in football there and then. But you know, at 4 years old, when he started playing football, he didn't know what he was doing really, but he was just running down and kicking some balls because he has a big family, and both my side of the family and his mother's side is a big family. So there was a team in Port Royal at the corner leagues. They have like seaside, beach, individual parts in Port Royal will make a team, and they will keep a corner league. And in this corner league, he ended up playing with the seaside team because he's from the seaside area, and most of them were his cousins, his uncles. So he ended up playing, and they keep on passing the ball to him.
At
So-
4, he's playing
At
with
4.
these big men now.
Right.
Yes.
No, well, it's under 15 because that's the youngest league that he could play.
Okay.
It's either the senior league and then it's the under 15.
So he's 4 years old playing in an under 15 league.
Under 15 league.
Wow.
So he didn't know what he was doing, as I said before, but gradually keep on catching on. 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, but at 8 years old, he started doing some special stuff. He once showed me the ball because I used to play football as well. And when I think I had it, he dragged it away from me. And I said, and I gave him again, and I said, do that again, and he did the same thing. And I was like, wait, you're not supposed to be doing that at this age. How come? So, I started watching him from that. And that very same corner league, he won that year. And he did something that I then picked up to say that this boy is different. I had a artist with me at the time, Octane. He's a very good friend of mine, and he was there. And what he did, he flicked a player with one foot and before the ball hit the ground, he volleyed it with the other foot. And then, like, Octane touched me and said, oh, yet, a FIFA alone, I see them thing upon, you know. Who that little boy there? And I say, Octane, you know my son? He say, move from your son, man. You're too lie, man. You lie, sir. I say, my son, for you, man. The man say, yo, take care of him. You know, he says, a different breed, that. And I say, yeah, but I have to be doing this. You know how many hours we do in the studio. You know how production goes. If we don't get the right take, we're not gonna leave. We can't leave. So he plays our part. He has to sleep in the studio at times. I have to leave my son down in the car at the studio at times. There are times that we're at Queen's Hill training. That I'm acting at a little belly with him, and he used to say, yo, go to the bottom of the hill, leave some stones, and he had to run up and bring up all of those stones with him. So while he was training to lose that belly, Whisper was there training with him.
So he's been fit and talented from a young age, and you saw it.
Yes.
What has the journey been like, and the sacrifices as a family, even for you? You mean you must invest a lot of time, energy, and I'm sure money into his career. So how has that been for you?
We have supporting cast, we have family, we have friends that always give us good advice. We are surrounded with some good people, and for that, we have to give God thanks, and stay blessed with the blessing that God have given to us, and we just have to sacrifice. Yes, there are sacrifices. You have to make sacrifices in life.
Whisper said earlier, when I was sitting with him, that you send him motivational messages before every game. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I've been doing that since. These kids need it. They need to know what they're worth and their value. And I have to know what he's thinking within himself. One thing I can tell you about my son, he listens, and that's the greatest part of him being my son. No matter what, he listens, and for me, listens, things will happen for him, but continue listening and greater things. He's supposed to be the better version of who I am at any given day. And for him to be a better version of me, he will be a better Jamaica for a better world.
Every parent is afraid for anything to happen to their child. What's your biggest fear with your son about to take on the international stage, or should I say the international field?
The world is out there. We have to groom him as a professional. We tell him about the things that happen. We show him the things that happen before him and other ballers, and what can happen. So we have to be like guiding and protecting him. He's just turned 17. And he's still a child, he still has to come home for me to feed him. I still pay his bills and all that.
Yes.
But, we just have to groom him in the right way to make sure that he makes the right decision. He doesn't go anywhere, he just goes to training, So that's why we train so hard. So when you train so hard, he has no time but just to go to your bed.
Yeah. Tired at the end of the night.
Tired.
Bed at 9 and up at 5.
And then you got to get up again and like, no, I can't face this again. I'm gone on my bed. I was so surprised one night we were there reasoning about football, and he was like, Daddy, what time? And I was like, 8:30. All right, Daddy, we're going to catch up on the reason here later.
Gone in bed. Gone to bed. So he seems disciplined.
He has to be, because if you don't do that as a footballer, every footballer's greatest friend is rest. You have to rest, because when you work so hard, the body have to recuperate.
What do you love most about your son?
I love most that he listens to me.
There's a respect there.
Yeah, there's a level of always like, I have to listen to this man. And then, I listen to my father up to today, same way, just because he's my father. And I have to show that level of respect. And I show that to my son as well.
He said he can't be away from his mom for too long. He's a real boy.
He's a baby.
He's a baby,
mother,
right?
To his mother. He's a baby to his mother. So he always want to go back to his mother.
That's
he
sweet.
always want to go back to his mother.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
But those are boys. That's how boys are with their mothers.
Yeah.
And I don't begrudge him for being the love that he has for his mother. You know, my mother died when I was 6 years old. I mean, I was growing up with a stepmother and all that, but that's just not the same.
It's nothing like a mother's
Nothing like
love.
the same. So, you know, I love that he enjoys his mother company, and he has to do what he wants to please his mother. You know that his stats are almost identical, because as I said, soccer moms wanted to score goals.
Talk the truth, I'm one of them!
And I said to him, pass first.
That's what coach says.
Yes.
We're like, score, boy, kick the goal.
So I guess he wants to please both of us. So he scores for his man and then still pass for me.
I love it.
So that makes him who he is today.
Yeah. And, you know, he's about to go off in the world. You have a lot of options out there. Quickly tell us about the Phoenix Academy and how that has helped to shape him as a footballer.
Phoenix Academy has been the one that put him to where he is today. He was just a youth with talent, but you have to nurture that talent and groom that talent. And playing school football, there's not enough time, because only 3 months that are 2 months in prep school, in high school, they're going to be playing for. But while you're in an academy situation, they can know your differences. They can know that you're weak on your right hand. You're not swinging your arms properly to run, or you're dropping flat on your heels to run. Stuff like that. Your posture isn't right. You're not being the person you are to be. You're not speaking properly. Stuff like that. Academy does all these stuff for you, and it helps you to become a better player and a better person going forward. And that's what helps Whisper the most. The good people who he has around him at Phoenix Academy, the Craig Butler, the Auntie Shelley, the Nicola Bignell, all these people are phenomenal people who we have around you. So if you want great things to happen, you have to surround yourself around great people.
That's so true. Imagine this is the big flight.
Yes.
And he's about to get on that plane.
Yes.
Say something to Whisper now. Right now, right there.
You have to go out and do what you have to do. You understand? You choose to be a pro, and being a pro, you have to make these moves. So go out and make your big move.
Woo! Yeah. Thank you so much. Let's get on the
welcome.
football field.
Sure.
I'm going to introduce my son to Whisper and his friends from his team.
Yes.
And let's see what he has to say to the younger generation.
Okay.
Let's go kick. You can? Me and you go kick ball too.
Okay, all right.
Let's go to the ball field.
Who is the toughest defender that you've gone against before? Toughest?
Defender?
Yeah.
He play for Phoenix.
What's his name?
Luvi.
Duvi?
Yeah. He play for, you know, the number 5 for Mona.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the toughest defender I've
Thank you for the talk, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm Whisper.
I'm Empress Golding. We are Jamaicans, and we are the greatest.
Keep working.
Keep working.